and welcome back to my channel. Wow, we're sitting down, guys. We're not vlogging. This is a first, and if you're new, welcome. This is a travel channel and we're going to be discussing everything travel. So I was thinking, guys, you know, as a new traveler, I'm sure you're always wondering, like, what should I do, or where should I go? How should I do? We are going to be talking about these 5 countries that you can visit as a South African, as a first-time traveler, because of certain reasons. For example, is the country accessible? Like, there are some countries you travel to, I mean, like, it looks great in pictures, but it takes like 3 flights to travel to that country and like 48 hours. So the first one is it accessible? The second one is, how does it feature when it comes to money? You don't want to be traveling to a country that's going to cost you a lot of money, especially as a first-time traveler. You want a country that is going to give you more buck for your money. The visas, guys. Visas can be such a dread for a lot of people. You're thinking about, I want to go to this place, and then here's the visa process. They're like, you need to get this visa, you need to get these documents, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that, book your flight before. And it's a lot of work. So it makes it easier for a South African to travel to a country where there's no visas at all for us to go in, or the visa is easily accessible, or it's on arrival. Your accessibility once you get to the country. You don't want to get there and then you find out that, there's actually no way of me traveling from one point to the other. So we are going to be talking about these 5 countries that has all those 4 things. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Okay, guys, bear in mind, I'm going to be talking about countries where I have visited. I'm not going to be talking about countries where I haven't been because I don't have inside information. Country number 5, Indonesia. Okay, a lot of you might be wondering, Indonesia, do I know anybody who's been there? Yes, you do, because a lot of people go to Bali. So Bali is in Indonesia, and Bali is number 5 on the list because if you are stressed out and you're thinking, oh my god, I just want to go on a holiday that is going to be as refreshing and rejuvenating as possible, the best place to go is Bali. Bali is like food for your soul, basically. So Bali is also easily accessible. Flights to Bali are not expensive at all. So when I say not expensive, I mean they are lower than 10,000 rand. And if you get a good deal, you can go to Bali for like 8,000 rand return if you get a good deal. So Bali is accessible. Also, Bali, you don't need a visa. So you don't need a visa for Bali. You just arrive. If you're there for 30 days, you can just arrive. They stamp you in. If you want to stay for longer, you can get visa on arrival. Bali is not the cheapest place that you could go to. However, Bali, if you travel as a group, it's very cheap. So as a solo traveler, it might be a bit expensive for you to travel Bali. But if you travel with a group of friends, it's actually quite cheap. The food in Bali is also not expensive unless you go to these beach bars that everybody keeps posting. But if you eat like a local, Bali is actually not that expensive to eat at. Also, Bali is not very difficult to travel in Bali. So basically, Bali has no public transportation at all. It is an island. Most people there ride motorbike, so you will probably get a motorbike taxi. You can rent a bike yourself, or you can get just a normal taxi to drive you around all the time, and it's not that expensive, you guys. You can get a driver for the whole day. I mean, like from 7 to 7. That's 12 hours of driving, and he can take you anywhere that you want for 500 rand for the whole day. And most of these taxis are like 6-seaters. So imagine if you're there with 5 of your friends. That's how much? 500 divided by 6. Okay, I'll let you do the math because I'm not very good at math. But yes, Bali is definitely number 5 on the number list. 4 on the list is a very unusual choice because a lot of people in South Africa don't travel there. I don't know why, but it is Malaysia. Okay, you're probably thinking, Malaysia? Oh wow. What's there to do in Malaysia? There is a lot to do in Malaysia. A lot of people don't realize that Malaysia is a melting pot of 3 different cultures, maybe even more, but the biggest cultures there are: number 1, Malay culture; number 2, Indian culture; number 3, Chinese culture. So basically visiting Malaysia is like visiting all those 3 countries: India, China, and Malaysia. So you get to experience India. Basically, if you go to Little India, you can get the most authentic Indian food. If you go to Chinatown, you can get the most authentic Chinese food. So Malaysia is definitely number 4 on the list. Also, Malaysia is very accessible. It is so cheap to fly to Malaysia from South Africa. I remember I traveled that route. I booked my flight 3 days before I was supposed to fly, you guys, and literally my flight was like 8,000 rands from Malaysia to South Africa back to Malaysia. So it is very accessible and it doesn't even take that long. Malaysia is visa free for South Africans, which is absolutely amazing. Everything is not too far from each other, so if you can get yourself on a bus, or if you can learn how to use the metro, it is so easy for you to get around in Malaysia. They also have taxis, which I do not recommend that you use taxis all the time. I prefer public transportation because it saves you a lot of money, but it is very easy to go to temples. I mean, different parts of Kuala Lumpur, for example, where you get Little India, Chinatown, and where all the Malays hang out. Literally, it's so close to each other, and if you just use public transportation, you can get around very easily. Also, Malaysia is not the cheapest place as well. It's almost in the same price range as Bali. So if I'm in Malaysia, like I said with Bali, it's best for you to be eating in local restaurants instead of all the touristy places. So try and avoid touristy places, especially if you're going to eat. A lot of people don't realize how much money we spend when we go out to eat. So make sure that you eat where the locals eat. That's the most authentic food and the cheapest. Let's move on to number 3. The Philippines. The Philippines. Don't go to Manila. I'm kidding. But no, seriously, don't go to Manila. Manila is a metropolitan city. It is the capital of the Philippines, but Manila is very boring. Okay, I didn't say that out loud. Okay, there is not a lot to do in Manila. So a lot of people, when they go to the Philippines, they go to the islands. So you can go to Cebu. You can go to Puerto Galera. That's where I went. Oh, you can go to Boracay. You can go to Palawan. You can go to so many places in the Philippines, and also the Philippines is cheap, you guys. It is so cheap. We finally found a place that is cheap. Okay, so the Philippines is cheap, guys. They've got very simple meals that you can buy. $2 can get you a meal in the Philippines, no problem, and the alcohol is also very cheap and very good for those that drink. So also, number 1, it is visa free. So it is visa free to get to the Philippines for South Africans. And when it comes to traveling in the Philippines, you're either going to use a plane or a boat if you want to travel between different islands, because the Philippines is made of so many islands, you guys. So let's be honest, you don't use a road to go to the island. For example, when I went to Puerto Galera, I had to take a bus from Manila all the way to the port. Took like 2 hours, and from the port to the island was a boat that took 2 hours. So if you don't fly in and out of every single island, you have to take a boat. But here's the thing, flying within Philippines itself is actually very cheap. You can get flights as cheap as 200 rands, 300 rands to fly one way from one island to the other. Number 2 is Vietnam. Okay, number 2 is Vietnam. So Vietnam is probably the cheapest country you'll travel to ever. It is absolutely amazing, easily accessible as well. I mean, it's not difficult to fly to Vietnam. It's actually very cheap. Like I said, it's almost the same price range as going to Indonesia, Bali, going to Malaysia, or going to the Philippines. You can get flights for under 10,000 rands, and if you're lucky, you can get flights for around 8,000 rands return from South Africa to the destination and back. It's also very easy to travel in Vietnam. Cabs are very cheap. That is one place that you can travel to that has cheap cabs. And also Vietnam is very, very cheap when it comes to food. You can get a whole meal. I'm talking rice, meat, vegetables for only $1. That's like what, 14 South African rands? Can you imagine? That's 3 meals a day for what, 45 rands? Come on guys, like, it's a no-brainer. And one other thing, in Vietnam you can get beer for as little as 50 cents. That's 50 American cents, not 50 South African cents. So that's like what, 7 rands? So it is very cheap to travel to Vietnam. Here's the thing about Vietnam though, you do need a visa for Vietnam. So, but it's very, very easy to get that visa. All you have to do is to apply online. It takes 3 days for them to give you acceptance letter. Then you get your visa on arrival when you get at the airport. The whole process will cost you like $35, which is around 500 rands. But think about it guys, you're going to spend 500 rand on this visa, this very easy peasy to get visa, and then you're going to spend 45 rands on food a day. It is still cheap. So Vietnam is also one of those places, and Vietnam is beautiful guys. All these places that I talked about today, they're also beautiful, and Vietnam is no exception. You can go to a lot of places in Vietnam: Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, or Saigon as some people call it. You can go to Da Nang, you can go to Hoi An, you can go to Ha Long Bay. So let's move on to number one. Okay, let's move on to number 1. Can you guys guess it? I mean, like, if it's not spoken about already in this video, then you must know what that country is. It is Thailand. Okay, it is Thailand, guys. So Thailand is literally the number 1 best place to travel if you are a first-time traveler. Here's the reasons why. All the 4 reasons that makes all these countries the best places to travel to exist today. So Thailand is very easily accessible. Guys, the first time I went to Thailand, it literally cost me 5,000 rand for my flight tickets. Return. 5,000 rand for flight tickets. It is so easy to travel within Thailand, you guys. So easy. There's so many modes of transportation, and they're cheap. Flights, boats, taxis, buses. I even took an overnight train from Bangkok to Chiang Mai. It literally took the whole night, but it was so cheap and it was comfortable, and it saved me money on a hotel. Also guys, Thailand is so cheap and the food is so delicious. Okay, you can get food in Thailand, a bowl of noodles guys, for 50 cents. 50 cents is even a lot. For 40 cents, like for 5 rand, you can get these little boat noodles. They're called boat noodles. They're absolutely delicious. You don't want to know what's in them, but like, they are absolutely delicious. You can get, literally, they're so tiny. You have to eat like 4 to get full. But think about it. If you spend like 4 rand or 5 rand for one little piece of bowl of noodles and you eat 4, that's how much, guys. It's less than 20 rands for a meal. Also, Thailand is a very good place for you to meet people, meet fellow travelers that will encourage you to actually travel more. If you go to Thailand, you'll meet everyone from around the world, because Thailand, everybody loves Thailand. I've never met a person that said, I went to Thailand, I hated it. Because Thailand is absolutely that amazing. It has absolutely every single thing that you would want to do when you travel. It has the culture, it has the food, it has the party scene, it has the beaches, it has the mountains, it has absolutely everything that you would need. And best of all, it is visa free. Guys, the way I love Thailand so much, I've been there 3 times already, and sometimes when I fly somewhere close to Thailand or over Thailand, I try and make a stop there, even if it's just for 24 hours, just so I can go in, get my fix of Thai food, get a little party in me, and then get out and go to another country. So do not sleep on Thailand, guys. South Africa is the right idea when it comes to Thailand. Thailand is absolutely the number 1 place for you to go if you're a first-time traveler. Now that we've got that list, you're probably wondering, Asia. They're all in Asia. Why are they all in Asia? It's because, guys, a lot of travelers, be it from South Africa, be it from all over around the world, they will tell you that the best places to travel to first when you're a first time traveler is definitely Asia. It will give you the encouragement to see other places because, number one, it is cheap. You don't want to travel to a place that's expensive. Like, okay, fine, you want to go to Europe, we get it, but you're gonna go to Europe and you're gonna spend 300 rands for a meal every single day, for every single meal. That is going to encourage you discourage you as a first-time traveler. You're probably going to think traveling is expensive. So going to countries that are actually cheaper helps you realize that, oh my gosh, this can be done. And also, like I said, in Asia, it's very easy to meet other travelers, whether you're traveling as a group or whether you're traveling solo. Very easy to meet other travelers and very easy to make friends because a lot of people travel to Asia. And also, Asia has absolutely everything that you could want out of a holiday. Like I said, God bless Asia. It is literally amazing. So guys, we are done. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and please comment down below if you have been to any of these places, or if you're planning to go to any of them, or if you want any other information regarding these places. I am here to help any way that I can. Interact with me on social media. I only have Instagram, by the way. I don't have Twitter. I don't know how to use it. Don't tell anyone. Yes, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and there will be more to come when it comes to advising videos that will actually try and help South Africans to travel. That is the whole purpose of this channel, so that we can get more South Africans traveling and seeing the world, guys. It will change everything about you. It is absolutely amazing, and I really hope you get to go on this journey with me. Mwah. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Love you lots. Mwah.